Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we actually got some more surprise patch notes in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. Some really quick changes to a couple of different weapons right now that have been dominating in certain areas. Also, some pretty significant gameplay updates as well. On top of that, we also have the full-on Operation Day Zero event now live too, and we'll go into some details with that. But we are, of course, starting first on our March 22nd patch notes page. Not gonna lie, I quite literally just booted up the game because I was going to get some screenshots for a few other things and noticed I got an update requires restart. Went over to the patch notes page, is like, wonder if we're gonna get anything. Lo and behold, here we are. So yes, this update does require the quick update requires restart screen. You go through that, all these changes will be automatically applied. You don't have to go through and download anything major for this one. But as far as the changes go for progression here, keep in mind this is for the multiplayer and zombie side of things. They resolved an issue preventing the winner's perk challenge from tracking progress. If you go through and you try and complete that, it should now properly track. And this is where things get kind of interesting. Weapons and attachments on the battle rifles for the Bass B Jack Outlaw 277 kit, which, keep in mind, just dropped back on Wednesday. This turns the Bass B into a marksman rifle, and in multiplayer specifically, this thing was absolutely nuts. By far one of the strongest weapons in the game. It was a one shot. You could spam it basically, even though it is semi-auto, had a super fast fire rate. So they've gone through and they've nerfed it some, probably rightfully so, especially in multiplayer. The clips I was seeing was pretty insane, but they decreased the upper torso damage multiplier by 30%, which is pretty significant. Increased the lower torso damage multiplier though, so upper body will do less now, lower body will do slightly more. They decreased the arm and the hand damage multipliers by 31%, so if you're hitting any of the limbs there, it's not going to do nearly as much damage. They actually increased the fire rate though from 193 to 241, which I think is kind of interesting. They did, however, decrease the aim down sight rate of fire penalty as well from 300% to 150%. They decreased the rechamber time as well by 20%. They removed 50% of the bullet velocity benefit. That was a huge pro of using this, is that it just had crazy velocity, almost hit scan like for a lot of the situations you get into in multiplayer. So they did nerf that a decent amount there. They increased the target flinch as well, and the incoming flinch was also increased. And then on the sawed off mod, they increased the incoming flinch on that specifically a ton as well. So they say our goal for this conversion kit is to be a competitive option for players who enjoy a run and gun marksman playstyle. Allowing one-shot kills to the upper torso proved too powerful and overlapped with the identity of the longbow in the Jack Tyrant 762 kit. Today's changes intend to carve a unique niche for this aftermarket part to thrive. Accurate players will have plenty of room for skill expression and one-shot kill lethality if they hit headshots, but with its increased rechamber speed, fire rate, and inflicted flinch effect, two-shot kills to the body should remain competitive even against weapons like the longbow. So basically, what they were going for with this is, if you're really good and you hit headshots, you're gonna get rewarded. If you're hitting body shots, you're gonna have to quickly get off multiple of those if you still want to get a kill. So basically, just really valuing accuracy with the Outlaw 277 kit over anything else. And then on sniper rifles, on the longbow, they modified the controller aim assist properties to align with other sniper rifles. Kind of an interesting one there. They also increased the target flinch and the incoming flinch. And for this, they say, despite this weapon being a quick handling sniper rifle built upon what is more conventionally an assault rifle receiver, its lethality benefited too much from the aim assist conventions typically reserved for full auto weapons in close range engagements. So basically they're saying, yeah, aim assist was way too overpowered with this thing. Additionally, we want to allow more counterplay against the longbow by increasing the amount of incoming flinch to compensate for its unrivaled speed and one-shot kill zones. Automatic weapons will have more of a fighting chance in close range encounters while not hampering the lethal aggressive playstyle core to its identity. So basically just balancing the longbow for more aggressive gameplay so that it's not crazy dominant, but still pretty good if you know what you're doing with it. So definitely some interesting balances on the multiplayer side of things specifically. Now, as we jump into the Warzone side of things here, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day, I got you covered with all things going on in Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, it is all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications while you're at it. And if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always really appreciated. But as far as our March 22nd patch patch notes go here, we are seeing some similar changes to the BAS-B, just not every single one of the same ones for multiplayer. So they still increase the rate of fire, they decrease the ADS time penalty, they decrease the rechamber time, but they did remove that 50% bullet velocity, which really limits it here in Warzone especially. They also increased the flinch to 1 newtons is an interesting term for it, and then also increase the incoming flinch as well there a decent amount, and same deal on the sawed-off mod. So while it wasn't a one-shot headshot before, it's still going to have that same damage as it did. I think it's a 2-shot headshot most of the time to full plates, but it's going to be a little bit more aggressive now with way less velocity. So if you're using this in Warzone, competitively speaking, it's going to be meant as a close to mid-range quick scoping style gun, and that's about it in my opinion. And then also on the longbow, they did the same changes as multiplayer. So they modified those aim assist properties for close range, and then also adjusted the flinch as well. But then they also made this change, which is particularly interesting: bug fixes. They fixed an issue that allowed the irradiated perk to plate through any source of damage. It will now correctly only plate through gas damage. So I think Isaac was the one who mainly, put the spotlight on this, where irradiated basically allowed you to constantly plate up even if enemies were shooting you. So in the midst of you getting hit by bullets, you could continue to put on plates, which made it seem like you just had an insane amount of health from the enemy's POV. Now, though, it's still going to be a good perk, like especially if you're trying to make gas plays or you often find yourself in those situations. It's a solid option here, but it's not going to be nearly as good as it was before, where if you paired it with quick fix, it was just kind of going crazy. I think each still has its benefits, as does running tempered there, and you can certainly get away depending on your playstyle by running any of those combinations, but this definitely balances out the insane strengths that potentially running irradiated and quick fix combined could do for you in a gunfight. I still, like I said, though, think it's a good perk. This doesn't make it useless by any means, but it's certainly not overpowered like it was for the past couple of days. Another update that went live today is the Operation Day Zero event, which is in collaboration with Warzone Mobile, of course. They say earn event points, you unlock community and individual rewards. And so with the community rewards here, we now have these different zones. And for completing every zone and clearing every zone, we end up getting these new rewards. And these ones are actually universal. So as you go through and as the community completes these, whether you're playing Warzone Mobile or Modern Warfare 3 or Warzone in general on PC and console, you're going to be able to access these rewards, these different calling cards and stickers, the weapon blueprints, and then ultimately this black and gold Ghost Condemned skin. However, there's also individual rewards here that lead up to the Ghost Bloody Reaper skin, which is like a red version of the Condemned skin, various other blueprints and cosmetics here. The individual rewards, though, are specifically meant for Warzone Mobile. They have the design for Warzone Mobile flair, whereas these are universal. So keep that in mind if you're going for these rewards. Anyone on any platform can play with these after the community unlocks them. These, though, are account specific. You'll have to go through and manually get these, and they won't be available on general Warzone or in Modern Warfare 3. There's also been some questions about Warzone Mobile's availability, because I've seen a lot of comments on this on my past Warzone Mobile videos the past day or so, and Charlie Intel does clarify here that Warzone Mobile is not going to be available in Belgium or the Netherlands because of the Keep store, which is a specific feature for Warzone Mobile where you can go through and get certain rewards. These places banned loot box and randomized systems in games, and the Keep prevents Warzone Mobile from launching there. It's also why COD Mobile, which has Lucky Draw, is not available in that region. So this Keep store, which allows you to spend COD points to potentially get one of these rewards, is a feature that is luck based or RNG based, and it's not allowed there. So if you're wondering why you're in Belgium or you're in the Netherlands and you can't download the game, that's why. Unfortunately, it's just completely banned there and you're not going to have a chance to play it. With that being said, that is everything that ended up changing in today's new sort of surprise weapon update for multiplayer and Warzone, alongside some of the mobile info as well. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that sub button on your way out to guarantee you're always up to date with all things going on in the world of Call of Duty. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.